I'm Josh.
Banks, odd places.
Going viral.
Josh,
Yes, sir.
how do you lose?
Graciously.
You ever met someone who cannot lose, who will not lose?
Who refuses to lose or refuses to admit they've lost? Which one?
Let's go with the first one. Who refuses to lose? Refuses to lose.
I think you call them champions.
They refuse to lose?
Yeah. They refuse to lose. I think you call those successful people champions, the wealthy, and some of the wealthy. Yeah. They refuse to lose.
So define lose then.
I'm going to define lose in a specific way. To miss a goal and stop going after it, to quit. To miss and then quit. That's how you lose.
Okay. So I want to run a sub 5 minute mile.
Correct.
Or sub 4. Let's go sub 4 minute. Yeah.
Sub 4. Yeah, everyone's doing that. I mean, my grandmother runs sub 4 now. Like everyone can do it.
I'm running. So my goal is to run a sub 4 a mile. In college, I get down to like 4:21, 4:18. And
you haven't lost. You haven't lost yet.
I haven't lost yet. Yeah, I've tried. I'm still trying. I mean, I was trying to a point where I'm just getting slower as I'm getting older.
Have you stopped trying?
In this scenario, no, I'm not. I'm continuing to try.
Then you haven't lost. That's good.
Okay, so what about the other, the other, and that is the person who will not admit that they lost?
There is a name for that. I won't say it. We'll just say there's a lot of words for it. I mean, it actually has a moniker nowadays, but we'll just say sore loser, maybe delusional. Some people can't. It doesn't fit in their ego, so they can't even see that they lost because there's no place. Their ego is so strong and so protective of them that they just can't see it. They can't admit it to themselves.
At some point, a wake-up call's got to come.
Perhaps. It depends on what it is, perhaps.
Or it will never be a wake-up call. I mean, there is a reality. There is, I lose, and I can't run the 4 minute mile. I know I can't,
Well, okay. In that case, yes. But let me give you an example. A spouse leaves. You lose a spouse, right? Or you lose somebody, they leave. And you still refuse to admit it. You still think they're around. You still pretend. You still, you could really be that far into delusion that you can't handle the fact that your spouse has left for good. They're gone.
Okay. So
when's the wake-up call come? I don't know. Does the wake-up call ever come? Maybe not. You may go to your deathbed thinking that you're still in a relationship.
Okay. So we have 158 million people who made a decision. 158 million people made a decision.
Correct. And one person is...
And 83 million of them chose one of them. In our democracy, we have winners and we have losers. These are people who they have to say, hey, I lost, whatever reason you can say, and move on. How can you continue throwing out? I mean, this is an affront to reality. It's an affront to reality.
Yes. So by the way, under my definition, I'm just realizing Trump has not lost yet because he hasn't given up.
Okay. So then if he never gives up, he never loses?
No, because the reality check is coming. In this case, there's a reality check, right? January 20th, his shit gets thrown out on the lawn. That's just what happens. He'll have to move out. He'll have to go somewhere else. He will no longer have access to the office of the presidency.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever been in a place in your life where you were like, I can't grapple with that. I can't, you know, I, you know,
I don't
I,
think so. I don't think
I
my
had,
ego's ever been that big. I really don't.
I had a girlfriend in high school, and she was in an accident. She died, and it took me, I had to say it over and over and over before I realized she's dead. She's not here. I mean, I had to program myself to go deeper and deeper because I thought, I just go to her house and she's going to be there. I go to her house, she's going to be there. No, she's not. Um,
Right. You lost her. Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I was 16. I was 17 years old. I was a kid. I mean, as we grow older, the delusion. I mean, if I were to still think that she was alive, I'd be delusional. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm still dating her. She's hanging out. We're going out.
She'll be home any moment, right? I mean, there's people that are still probably when they lose a spouse are like, she'll be home any moment.
Right, right, right. And is that healthy? There we go. Is that healthy?
No, because you're right. It's counter to reality. It's an affront to reality. 100%.
Okay. So what if what if I could convince everybody in my life that she's still alive? I can convince everybody in my life. They're
Doesn't
all
make it
play,
true.
they're all
Doesn't make
playing
it true.
they're all
Yeah.
playing the Truman story. They're playing the Truman story for me, and they're all playing a part. Hey, they write me letters. Hey, how's she doing? Hey, what are you guys doing this weekend? You know, yeah, yeah. Hang on a minute. Let me talk to her. Blah blah blah. Blah. If I had enough people around me that believed it, I would be right. I mean, I could take this to the reality, which still I created my own reality.
No, you're in a movie. You're acting, right? It's not real. It's still not real. You're acting.
It's not real. How can it not be real? If I get everybody convinced that she's still around, or she has not left me. My wife has not left me.
Look, your example was the Truman Show. It's a movie. Like you're literally just you're starring in a very long movie, like a lifetime long movie
All right. So let's go there. Is this a
without the
movie?
cameras.
Aren't we in a movie? This is a movie. I mean, you're looking at a
It's true.
screen. I'm looking at a screen. We're
Yeah.
we're in our own movies, and in your line of work, you convince people that they can do things they probably never could do. How
True.
about convince them there's a reality that is different, that you can get everybody around you to believe it, then it's real.
Well, I guess it's really enough. I see your point there. It's really enough to
Yeah,
where
yeah. So if you came to me and you would not acknowledge that she is in my life, then I would be like, oh, we're not friends. I'm only going to have friends. I'm only have loyal people that believe what I believe. Wow.
sounds like a cult.
That's scary.
To be honest,
That is so scary.
that sounds like a cult. That's what that sounds.
Could could our government go that far? Could our democracy go that far that we create
In an entire party, an entire political party has already gone that far. So yes, of course.
then
74 million people just voted for that scenario. 75 million, something like that.
then that's hard for me to fathom. I mean, I'm not one of the 73 or 75 million. That's hard for me to have somebody change reality on me. It's like, wait a minute, that didn't just happen, you know. That
Well,
questioning.
but to your point, their reality is real enough, isn't it? They have their own reality. Can you discount that?
No, I cannot discount that. When are we in a simulation?
Probably, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah, yeah. This is a tough one. I don't know where to go with it.
It is just really tough.
We're just like messing with our heads. Like, can I convince enough people that? Okay, can I convince enough people that I am a god? Or, let me convince myself. And then who's next?
Actually, I'm going to change this. Instead of being a cult leader, you're a con man.
You think it's con man?
Yeah, I think that's a better label. I think con. Because if you can convince enough people to follow you, to believe what you believe, even though probably deep down you know it's not true. Like you probably don't believe your own stuff, because obviously she's not there, right? Let's go back to your example. She's not there. You know she's not there. Like, you can tell yourself she's coming home, but you haven't seen her in years. You know. But if you have a bunch of loyalists around you that believe it and you play it up, you're a con man. That's what.
I'm Banks.
75 million people have been conned.
I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places. Going
viral.